All right, hello and welcome everybody. My name is Rick from Pneuma Yoga. Today we are going to talk a little bit about how our breathing can calm our nervous system and undo the effects of overwhelm and stress so that we can maintain this sense of vitality or resiliency within. So, how do we create this shift? How do we get over the stress and the tension of our daily lives and to keep that from accumulating within this system where slowly it starts to disrupt our health over time? We want to keep this balanced and healthy within. So let's do a little practice at first to get ourselves centered and to make that shift of awareness and breathing so that we can start to feel, hey, the effects of what's going on within, and then know, hey, this is how it's making a difference to my nervous system, to my chemistry, and to my overall experience of this life. Let's take a moment here to sit nice and tall. If we're going to start out, you can find a comfortable seat just in a chair. If you want to sit on the ground, you can sit on the ground. What's important is that you find some comfort, right? We don't want to be uncomfortable when we start practicing our breathing or when we're letting go of tension. If we're in a space that doesn't feel comfortable, it's not going to work. Okay. So we're going to sit nice and tall. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your head, you're going to turn your head to the left, rolling the head to the left, and then to the right. So nice and easy. You're just going to turn your head left and turn your head right. And you'll start to observe, okay, when I go left, this is what it feels like in my neck, in my shoulders, in my back. I'm like, oh, I'm leaning a little forward. You can straighten yourself out and you go back the other direction. Right? We're just becoming aware of where our head is in space, building up this skill of proprioception. You turn left and you come back to center. And then you turn right and you come back to center. We're relaxing the top of the spine and trying to find balance for the head over our shoulders. Okay, one last time, engaging your neck muscles, keeping the chest and the heart facing forward. And you're going to slowly relax, bring your head back to center. Head and neck exercises are so important for good breathing because where our head rests in space really matters. Head rolls to the right and back to center. Good. When your head lands back in a neutral position, right? Ears over the shoulders, then you're going to touch the chin down into the chest and then float the head up nice and slow. Up and down, tapping the chin into the chest and then floating the head up. So maintain length in the spine, maintain traction in the back of the head, and feel and notice how different this is on the right and left side of you. At first, it might not feel like anything, but the more you tune in, like the more you start to listen and sense and feel to your body, you're gonna realize, wow, this feels entirely different on my right side than it does on my left side. This could be no more the truth for me. As I had a tumor here on the left side of my head, and violent motorcycle accident that gave me some serious whiplash in my head. And it took me a long, 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 long time feel, just to feel the tension in my head and neck. So, a little bit of practice here to keep building awareness. Awareness is everything of how our body is in or where our head rests in space and being able to keep that over the head. This is vital for good breathing and good health. Okay. So when you find that spot, that space where your head is resting nice and balanced over the shoulders, we're going to move through our shoulders a little bit here and feel our shoulder girdle. Because one thing that goes on, especially in wintertime now, it's getting a little colder. I'm not so sure where you're at, but where I'm at today, it's really cold. And one thing we do to protect ourselves, our shoulders like to come up and lock into this position here to protect ourselves, to try to keep some warmth in. But unfortunately, this is just a tension pattern that consumes and uses a tremendous amount of energy. So let's feel it a few times. And then, most importantly, let's feel letting it go. So, with your arms relaxed at your side, nice and heavy like noodles, you're going to float the shoulders up towards your ears, and you're going to bring the back of your head back. So you're trying to touch the back of your skull to your shoulders, and then you're slowly, real slowly, you're going to observe letting this go, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. As you land, right? You feel that release and relax through your shoulders. Good. You're going to try that just a few more times. You want to feel the whole shoulder girdle lifting up. So it feels like it's lifting from your armpits, the center of your body. Your arms float up. The back of your head touches towards your shoulders. So you're kind of cringing into all this space. Right? You feel the tension. That's important. And then the slow letting it go. Slow melt, melting down. Nice work. All the way down, relaxing muscles. So then you want to notice, what did that feel like? Where are my shoulders now? After doing just some nice, easy exercises to relax your shoulders. Okay, now let's feel a little twist. So we're gonna come back to turning the head, but then we're gonna have our shoulders do this opposite movement. You're gonna turn your head to the right. So roll your head to the right, and then with your right shoulder, you're gonna reach that forward. Left shoulder is gonna nudge back. And slowly soften that. Slowly come back to center, shoulders relax, back to balance. And then the other way, you're going to let the left shoulder float forward. You're going to press the right shoulder back, and you're going to turn your head to the left. You're going to slow let go, slow let go, slow let go. Come back to center. Right? Slower is better. We're trying to feel muscle tension and allow it to let go, and that takes a certain amount of awareness. So when you turn your head, you feel your neck rotate, you feel the throat rotate, and then you feel the shoulders come forward. One shoulder reaches forward, the other one reaches back, and then slow letting go, slowly coming back to center. Nice. We're gonna do this a few times. Gonna twist and the head one way, the shoulder girdle the other way. Slow unwind, and let go. Come back to your center. Nice. Right, when you land back in the middle, right, we want to feel with your shoulders and your head relaxed back in the center and observe, where is the middle? Where do I feel balanced and centered? Or do I feel a little left? Do I feel a little right? Forward, back, my left shoulder higher than the right? There's all these things that could be going on that we're not normally used to feeling. Right? You sit in that for a moment, noticing the echo of the effect. Okay. And then back to neutral. Now we're going to wave through the spine forward and back. We'll do it with the head and with the tailbone. So if you can notice where you're sitting right now, your tailbone's pointing straight down towards the floor or straight down-ish. And then your head is on the top. We're going to have the head and the tailbone kind of go in the same rhythm of contract one way, contract the other way so that we feel the front and the back of the spine. So as you inhale, you're going to inhale and arch into your back. So inhale, arch into your back. Your chest is going to reach forward. Your shoulders will slide back. Your chin can tuck or touch into the front of your chest. You slow let go, you slow let go, and you come back to your center. Relaxing the tension on the back of the spine, and then wave the other way. So when you exhale, the belly draws in, the chin points forward, and your shoulders round forward. You slow let this go the other way, arch into your back. Shoulders will draw back, chin will tap down, and engaging into your back body, slow letting that go, slow letting that go, slow letting that go. Few times back and forth. Exhaling, navel in, chin pointing forward. Inhaling, arching the back, shoulders drawing back, chin tapping down. Nice and smooth. You want to wave through your spine. You feel all the fibers of what holds your body in place, and then you move one way, engage in, and slowly let go, right? Sensing and feeling a release through the body, right? And then into the opposite direction. We get all kinds of tension habits and patterns that build up, right? We could be on the back body, side, front. It could pull us into twisting or cringing. Here we're going through our back body, right? We're arching our spine. This is extension when you inhale. And when you exhale, you go into the out breath, the navel tucks in, the shoulders round forward, and you slow let go, slow let go. You want to find this balance, this center. When you arch your back, you're rolling forward on your sit bones, and the chin is tapping down. You want to feel the back of the spine active and slowly releasing the back of the spine, slowly releasing, landing back in your center. Good. You pause there. You're going to land and relax. And notice and feel the middle, the center. You land in the center. What is the echo of the effect when you let go of your back of your spine, you let go of the front, and you just try to sit in this tall, balanced position? When you land here, you want to feel your breathing. What has happened? How has it responded? What can you notice about your breath? Here, we're going to start to move into a little bit of breath work. But this first one is about moving your nose in this little circle. And without even thinking about breathing, just think about the back of your, actually think about your nose, the tip of your nose sitting nice and tall. And with the tip of your nose, you're going to move it around in this smooth, slow circle. Tracing a circle with your nose, soften your eyes, soften the eyes, soften your eyes. Relax the back of your head and trace a small circle around. One direction, smooth and slow. And when you're ready, you're going to go the other way, tracing the circle in the opposite direction. Noticing that transition going the other way. Smooth, smooth circle, relaxing the back of the head, relaxing the forehead, relaxing your ears, your eyes, and just feeling the head orbit in space. Slowly try this the other direction. You're going to shift this up. You're going to orbit back the other way. Just thinking, relaxing, letting go, softening, softening. Just feeling your head float in space. Your nose make this smooth circle. Tracing that. We're going to reverse one last time, reversing back into the other direction. Notice if there's tension arising anywhere in your hands, in your feet, your legs, or shoulders. And relaxing there, relaxing there. Smooth breath, smooth light breath. Right? And tracing the circle smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you're going to let the nose land right in center. And you notice the after effect of the practice here. So it's a subtle breathing practice. You have shifted and are hopefully noticing a lighter breath, quiet and smooth through the nose, relaxed in the head. Okay. So now that you come back here, you feel light and silent breathing through the nose. Good. What we're going to do now is you're going to take your right hand, bring your right hand up in front of the face. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So, with alternate nostril breathing, you always want to bring it in through the nose, nice and even first, and then exhaling out the left nostril. So, you'll breathe in, and with your thumb, you're just going to gently touch the thumb on the right nostril. You'll breathe out the left. You breathe back in the left side, and then with your pinky, you're going to touch the left nostril to breathe out the right side, and then back in the right and out the left, in the left, out the right. And we'll do this back and forth. Okay. Let's take that even breath in here through the nostrils, breathing in through both sides. Let my dog out here quick. We got our cranky puppies around here. They got to get outside. Okay. Coming back to the breath practice, we're going to go out the left nostril and in the left nostril. Out the right, blocking with the pinky, in the right. Out the left, back in the left. Out the right, and back in. Side to side. You breathe in one side, you breathe out the other, gently blocking the nose or the nostrils with your fingers, just gently touching that, not pressing hard, just breathing light and smooth in and out, in and out. Good. One side in, out the other side. Just relaxing as you do this. You want to think relax as you breathe in. Smooth, silent breath. You notice one side's going to be easier than the other. Just try to bring balance to the two, balance to the breathing in and out. In, out, in, out. Going back and forth. Few more breath cycles. Just relaxing into it. Right? Notice if your mind is running away or if your mind's kind of stressing out. See if you can relax your mind. Let it focus on the sensation of breathing. In one side, out the other. In one side, out the other. Back and forth. Next time you breathe out the left nostril, gonna remove the hand. Bring your hands down, sit nice and tall. And for the next few breaths, you breathe in nice and even. You want to think even through the nostrils. Left side and right side, these two energetic channels. In yoga, this is your Ida and your Pingala Nadi, so energetic channels. In Western science, This is the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. So they ride through these channels. It's not just located there, but parasympathetic activity through the ida pingula, that's your left nostril, governed by that, and the right nostril, the sympathetic nervous system, the pingala, nadi, these energetic channels. So when we breathe like this, when we breathe alternate nostril, we're balancing out our nervous system, we're balancing out the energy. You may notice that one nostril is more congested than the other, and that kind of signals that we're a little more into this side or this branch of our nervous system than the other side. We want to understand that, parasympathetic activity is great, but there's a dorsal vagal response, and it's called the shutdown response. In somatic yoga, this is called a red light stress response, where we're shutting down. It's a fear or a protective response, and we can get stuck in this throughout the day, most definitely. We can also get stuck in the other direction of where there's too much gas, that's too much sympathetic drive. This is where our heart rate is elevated, our blood pressure is elevated, and our thoughts spiral. Thoughts spiral in both ends, right? The mind is not balanced when the nervous system is a little destabilized. So, with breathing, with breath practices, you're going to start to notice a shift of stability, vitality, and energy. It's as we come back to balance with our nervous system, our chemistry comes with it. With that comes our energy and our well being, right? Remember, breathing is the side effect. Good health is the side effect of good breathing, right? Poor health is the side effect of poor breathing. It's bad. It's your bad, Daisy. That's good, baby. That's right. That's gorgeous, baby. Okay, perfect. So, my precious puppy back inside. Everybody's happy. Breathing is nice and smooth. So, we've done what we call halo breathing. That's that little nose circling. This is a great practice to get the breath nice and subtle. And then you do the alternate nostril breathing that balances the nervous system. Next, we're going to do humming. And humming is a great practice to release healing chemicals and hormones, to boost the immune system, to boost your circulatory system, but to ultimately improve the health of just the overall organism. Every cell, every cell benefits from humming, right? It opens up the circulatory system, gets nutrients, energy, everywhere it needs to go. I highly recommend all my clients hum at least 5, 10 minutes a day. So let's hum for a couple minutes together. We don't have to do the full 5 minutes, but you got lots of time throughout the rest of the day to do that. So let's take a little humming together. So let's take an inhale and on an exhale, relaxing into your humming, breathing in, humming out, breathing in, humming, keeping it going in smooth. Think in 4 or 5 seconds. You could exhale 8, 10 seconds. Mm, letting yourself vibrate, vibrating every cell, relaxing into it. Just keep going. Mm, breathing in. If you're just joining, we're doing a humming practice. You breathe in, and as you exhale, just try humming. One of the best breath practices there is to reduce overwhelm, mm, regulate the nervous system, reduce stress in the body. Mm, Smooth in and smooth out. Mm. Keep breathing in, light, silent breath in. And as you exhale, humming out. Mm. Breathe in and out. Mm. A few more times. You may notice that as you're doing the breathing, that you need to breathe less and less. This is where the magic is. You'll notice I need less air. My exhales become more effortless and long. Breath is smoothing out. Nervous system is relaxing. Stress, anxiety, the magic bullet is humming. Mm, feel the vibration in your heart center, in your throat center, up into your head. Right? You want to allow the body to relax and vibrate. Mm, few more times, just humming. Silent, smooth inhale and a slow, easy exhale. Mm. You can let go of the humming and then notice as you come back, like how is your breath shifted? Does it feel more open and clear? One thing that humming does is it stimulates nitric oxide in the sinus cavities and it dilates and opens up the head and the sinuses so that you can breathe with more ease. Right? Congestion builds up when we don't breathe well through our nose, and all of a sudden that's really blocked. We can't breathe there. This is when our health really starts to fall apart because we breathe very poorly through the mouth. We're not designed to be there. So, to keep the sinuses open, humming is a great practice to stay dilated, to keep the breath rate low and slow, and to maintain a really healthy organism. Excellent. So, now after we've done the humming, now we're going to do a little bit stronger of a breath practice. We're going to do what's called Kapalbhati, which is a strong exhale and a passive inhale. So what you're doing is you're pumping your belly in and pushing air out. Okay, we're going to do this for 1 minute. Takes a lot of practice. Strong exhale, passive inhale. I often, when I teach my clients to do this, is have them do this with their hands to help them find the movement. But it takes some practice. Just doing your best is all that is required. Okay, you're going to sit nice and tall. You're going to find you're breathing in and out through your nose. You can feel the navel expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. Now, relaxing the belly on your inhale and allowing air in is key. Good. Let's do this together. So, you're going to breathe in, moderate breath. Pause at the top here. And then strong exhale. Good. Just this pace and rhythm right here doesn't have to be so fast. Strong exhale, passive inhale. Strong exhale, passive inhale. Keep going. Couple more times. So whole body, it's a strong exhale, passive inhale. 5 more breaths. Good. Now you're going to breathe a full breath in. So bring a strong breath in, hold at the top, a little squeeze at the top, engaging the navel, drawing the diaphragm up, holding on the pause on the inhale, and then slowly exhaling, and pausing at the bottom. And you're going to sit at the bottom and hold for a moment. Feel that ease to be still. When you need to breathe in, you're going to allow yourself to breathe a light, smooth breath inward. And what is the after effect of the practice? What do you notice as you now sit still? What's going on with the breathing, with your mind? What do you notice in your body? When we practice our breathing, we always want to take the pause afterwards to sense and feel what was the shift? What did I notice? What was the experience of trying that? And what we learn is the more we practice the skills of awareness, of sensing and feeling this inner environment, we really start to grow some skill here. As we get more sensitive to how our body's reacting and breathing and changing, then we build some resiliency to how our nervous system is responding, just in our everyday environment. You might notice how much your breath shifts when something stresses you out or when you feel frustrated or anxious or you can't sleep. You can always go back to some of these breath practices that we've been working on to help maintain some calm, to find some ease in the body, and to shift into that state of centered being, that ventral vagal state where we're in our heart center, not so much in the racing thoughts of the mind or in the worrying and the shutdown in the gut. Okay, so we're gonna go into another breath practice here. This is my favorite one. Now, these are all part of what I call my Pneuma yoga method. This kind of series of breath work and practices to maintain resiliency and balance of our inner environment and chemistry. Now, this next one is to actually overstimulate our breathing. So we just gently warmed up with that last practice of Kapalbhati. Now we're really going to breathe in deeply. I highly recommend that if you do this practice, do this one laying down. You can do it seated, that's just fine. But lying down, you can feel your body better. It's all about feeling your body and letting go. Because we carry so much tension that we constantly are holding on to. We don't know how to let it go. So this next practice is going to be dive in deeply with some deep breathing and then sitting subtly afterwards and experiencing the after effect, allowing the tension to just melt off our body and the breathing to become very subtle. This is all the key to maintaining good health is subtle, subtle, subtle breathing. So let's tune into that by breathing a lot. Okay, so if you're joining me, I'm going to have you laying down in a comfortable position. You can sit in a comfortable chair, someplace that you can relax. What you're going to do is start to breathe deeply. You're going to take a full breath into your belly, into your ribs, and up into your neck, and let it go. Fully in, let it go. So you want to bring a full breath in that fills your body up from the base up to the top, and you let it go. Fully in from the base, up, let it go like a wave in and out. In and out. And you just kind of go into your breathing. Let the body relax, let the body completely go. You just breathe fully in, let it go. Fully in, let it go. Fully in, let it go. And just go into it. No minding, no minding, just breathing. Let go of the body, let go of the thoughts. Bring air in, let it go. Fully in, let it go. Just like a wave, in and out. Just going, just breathing. Relax the body, relax the mind. Fully in and out. Fully in and out. Letting go. Let go and feel the sensation within. Opening up. Just thinking, opening up, letting go of tension, receiving the breath, noticing the sensations. Just three more. Fully in, let it go. Fully in, let it go. Fully in, and let it go. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take a full breath in, all the way to the top, and hold here. It's gently holding this at the top, full breath in. And then slow, relaxing, pausing at the end. And you sit in the bottom of your breath in a pause and noticing, right? No need to breathe here, but just ease. Just relax into this. Allow the heart to relax, allow the shoulders to relax. Head's heavy, legs are heavy, body's nice and still. When you need to breathe in again, you're going to breathe in nice and smooth and slow. And noticing the return of your breathing. You might feel like your sinuses have opened up, breath flows with ease. It's light, it's silent. Keep softening into that. Keep softening and relaxing into the body. Breathing less and less. Lighter and lighter. Keep breathing, letting go, letting go, letting go. Silent, smooth breath. Whisper quiet, subtle, subtle breathing. And as you're sitting in this, you realize how little the body needs to actually breathe. Being here allows our chemistry to balance. Our nervous system shifts because of chemical states. That's how we shift from one state to the next. When we maintain a better balance, the right alkalinity for us, it's easier to maintain homeostasis and balance. When we're disturbed, when we're already in this kind of stressed out state of breathing too much or bracing our muscles, then it's easy to go over that tipping point and into the overwhelm, too far into our sympathetic nervous system, too far into the parasympathetic. And this is where our organism experiences all those inflammatory, imbalanced states. This is where our mind feels heavy and dull or anxious and overwhelmed. Mind rides the wave of your breath. When we can keep it into this smooth, light state like we're at right now, then it's easier to maintain health. This becomes more of our default set state. This is where resiliency is. This is where vitality is. Training ourselves to be a healthy, happy, joyful organism, person, system, soul, soma. You can come out of light breathing and open your eyes back up if you were in that state and allowing yourself to shift back out by gently moving your body, your arms, your head. Notice your breathing become a little bit more full again. We want to feel our breath in and out through the nose. And just notice what this feels like. The more we bring our awareness here, the more we practice nasal breathing, the more it becomes our default, which is exactly what we want to happen. It's very hard to observe when we're not nasal breathing and when we're mouth breathing. But what's most important is that we maintain nasal breathing throughout the day. The mouth in no way is designed to breathe, right? It's just like eating. If I ate through my nose, that would be very odd. But if I breathe through my mouth, it doesn't seem so strange. But to the body, it is just as odd as eating through the nose. It really serves no purpose to mouth breathe. It only dulls our energy, it only congests the sinuses, it only impounds, it only just like pummels the lungs with too much air and pollution, the wrong temperature of air. In no way is it conditioned to be breathed. So your nose does so many things to prepare the air, to condition the air, and to prime your body. Immune system begins with the nose. It doesn't begin with the mouth. So the more you breathe, the more you work on your breathing, the more you'll shift your health, your energy, your well-being. Everything rides the wave of the breath. And with practice, with time, you're going to start to feel and experience those differences. So, what I highly encourage all my clients when I first start working with them is to mouth tape at night so that you get, 7, 8 hours of nose breathing training at night. And then during the day, 4 10-minute practices at least throughout the day to practice consciously breathing through your nose because mouth breathing is very sneaky and is a very hard habit to shift and change. So the more frequency that we bring to this, the more consistency that we bring to this of just reducing the breath volume, breathing through the nose, allowing our mind and body to relax, our organism, the system will really start to experience a health shift. As we start to change the chemistry and the set point of respiration, wellness is going to greatly change. And I would highly encourage you to keep experiencing and working with your breathing. You can always feel free to reach out to me, to connect to me if you have questions about respiration, about how to make a change, about what am I trying to actually do? Because at first it doesn't really feel like anything. And this was no more true than for myself is that yeah, breathing seems cool. It seems like a nice practice, like a fun thing to do, but how much it can actually influence and make a change to your health is tremendous. And if you do find that time or that commitment and that energy, this is something I really want to start diving into, you're going to be greatly, greatly, greatly rewarded. Your your whole life, my whole life, just based from my experience, the more I dive into my breathing, the healthier, the happier, more energy I have. And it doesn't seem to stop no matter what. It just keeps getting better. And that's the most amazing thing about this body, about our machines, is that we're a powerful, powerful, powerful system. And the intelligence within us is one that we just don't understand. It is far beyond like our capacity of understanding like how amazing and intelligent this body is. And when we just get out of the way and allow it to do its thing, it's going to do tremendous things for us. So I highly encourage you to try some of my practices. Go to Pneuma Yoga, try the Pneuma Yoga method, try my Soma relaxing audios to if you have headaches, try relaxing the cradle of the brain, or if your back hurts, try cloud spine. If you have digestion issues, the Manipura chakra, Svadhisthana, all these areas that we can start to focus in our body and create balance. It's all about balance. Well-being begins within. So learning the skills within to make a serious change is what Numa Yoga is all about. It's what yoga is all about. Understanding how this machine works and how to make it more efficient. Keep following me. Just go ahead and keep following me. Hang out with Numa Yoga. Hit me up. Let's work on practices together. Let's understand our breathing, and health will follow. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Have an enjoyable winter, and I'll see you in the next video.